Welcome to episode 27 of our road to 1500. We are currently at 1228. We are going to play a game of 1510 today and see if we can get ourselves a win. Let's just jump straight into it and find an opponent. We get the black pieces. We seem destined to always get the black pieces when we are recording. Our opponent plays pawn to e4. We're going to play c6. d5, we're going to play the Caro-Kann, see what they do. Quite often, opponents play, they're playing the exchange. So we take and we take, we play the exchange. Our opponent seems to know what they're doing with this. We're going to move our knight out as well. They've brought their other knight out. We'll bring ours out and attack this. So I've been busy with some other things over the last few days, so haven't been able to play much chess. Opponent actually attacks the knight because they've brought their knight out. I'm not sure this is a move anymore because although the knight is pinned, we can just threaten straight away. Take, or we can bring bishop here. They can't bring the queen out yet. Let's just attack it. We don't mind too much if we take here. See what our opponent wants to do. They might move the bishop back. If they do, I could play a move like this, attacking it again. Okay, they go for it. We take back. And then they jump the knight in. Okay, so this move isn't available to us now because this knight defends this square as well as the queen. They'll probably want to immediately try to bring in another piece. We could bring the bishop here. Okay. Yeah, so move the bishop here. What's our opponent going to do? Move the bishop here. Probably won't attack it. Okay, let's just have a look. Our opponent is threatening this pawn at the moment. So this is under threat. So we're going to have to defend it. We could defend it with the bishop, which I don't massively like. We can move the bishop here. Or we could, if we move the queen here, will they do something like move this here? That's not ideal. Maybe we do defend it with this bishop. Don't massively like it. Move the pawn up. Now we could actually move our bishop to here. Our opponent is from the Netherlands. Ahmad. So we actually have been trying out. I thought they might do that. So I think we'll just defend with the bishop here, which is a common move in the Caro-Kann anyway. Opponent's playing fast and reasonably well. We don't like our bishop here. We could bring this back to attack this and that. They'll probably take, we take, maybe they take, we take. I don't hate that. Okay, we're attacking both pieces. Our opponent does something like that. We can just take, weakens us, but our opponent is playing the kind of more aggressive moves at the moment. So I think we need to take with the queen, and this is under attack. Okay, so if we take, they'll probably bring the rook down. So take, push, take with the queen. Seems all right. Or take, push, and we could castle the other way. I'm going to take. They do get to develop their rook. Oh, they took with a pawn. That's interesting. bit surprised that they did that. We could immediately push. I think castling is probably sensible at this stage. We need to get this bishop more active. So we could have ideas of push and bringing the bishop into the game, attacking along that diagonal. This pawn is weak and a target. They're going to reroute this. We could push, take, push, take, ready to bring our other rook in. That's quite aggressive. Don't think they have too much of a choice, but to take, it opens up this rook file. If they do take, right, I think we take with the rook and get ready to bring our other rook over. And we can bring this bishop back here to defend this pawn because it is weak. And that will leave this one weak. Interesting game. Even on material, although I have taken both the opponent's bishops, we still have one left, which should be an advantage for us. However, our bishop is very passive here. It's just defending a couple of pawns. Now in the Caro-Kann, you typically are attacking up these files, so we've kind of strayed from that. If we bring this over, our opponent probably just brings that there, but we do then get the chance to triple up. So I'm tempted. We can go for the triple stack and leave that bishop defending this and this pawn. This seems quite strong. We've been trying out a new app, which is called Lotus Chess, which is free. I think it has some paid options in it, but we've just been using it for free. But it's designed to help with your openings, but I've really been using it mostly to practice the Vienna lines. So it's kind of interesting. It's a bit early to see the results from that, but very interesting to try it out. Basically kind of ideas of pattern recognition. So I'm still interested in doing a triple stack, and then maybe we could push this. So that still seems sensible. So let's do that. Suppose our opponent could come in here. Okay, so push. Okay, that's not a bad move because I can't push now, otherwise it's not defended. So there's some sort of sacrifice. There is a check available. They hop in. Yeah, they could hop in here. We could stop. Actually, no, they can't. We could move this preemptively just to give that extra protection. We'll do that. It weakens the king a bit, so maybe not the best move, but it gives us flexibility to move our queen here with the plan of moving to this check, which this pawn is then hanging. Okay. We could attack the queen here. They might try to bring it in here. It is defended. Okay. Let's attack the queen. They might just bring the queen here or try to infiltrate there. If they bring the queen there, I could come here. This pawn is being attacked, but I could defend it with the bishop here as well. Opponent's playing pretty well. They haven't made any mistakes or blunders that I can see. And they're up on time, so we need to sort of be careful. I think maybe trying to put them under a bit of pressure is not a bad strategy. Yeah, so I thought they might do that. So I can't come here because the knight will take it. If I come here, they'll just take the pawn here. So as I was saying, I think I have to give another defender. Now I can move up because if they take, I take, and if they take, we take. Okay, so now I think I can attack the queen. And if they take the pawn, we take. So I'm going to attack the queen. Maybe they try and invade down here. Okay, now this is hanging. I can bring this rook over here to defend this. If I attack the queen, they'll just take that. And if I bring this here, that doesn't work. If I push this, they'll just take. Hang on a minute. If I push the pawn and they take with the rook, I just take the queen. I have to take the queen. I take, they take the pawn, they're a pawn up. Is that right? Yeah, so if I push, take, 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 and I lose a pawn. If I defend, they can just kick me. But if they push, I just take, 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 push, take, 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 check. Let's try that. This is my rooks aren't very well coordinated, so I could be getting myself into a bit of trouble here. I could have gone for a few moves that would ended up in being a pawn down. This defends the pawn, but I suppose he can just double the rooks now. Yeah, it's not so good. Maybe I should have just gone for that. Push, push. Okay. So if I come here, take, 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 attack the queen. If they take, hang on. Attack the queen. If they take, I take with the bishop. And if they take there, I take the queen there. And the rook is defended here. If they take with the rook, I just take with the bishop. 4 minutes left, not too much time to calculate. So, they've just moved to there. Push. I think I need to, if I move down here, take, take. Just attack the queen. I don't have too much time to think. Oh no, I've not held the rook. The rook's not held anymore. I should have come here. Well, actually, I wouldn't have been defended. My rook down now. That was a bad move by me, running low on time. So they'll probably just exchange queens now. No, they're holding on to the queen. Oh, that was a mistake. Let's just get our rook over here so it's coordinated with the queen. That was very silly. But, you know, these things happen. I have to take my hats off to my opponent. He's been playing well, infiltrated our position quite well. But who knows, they might make a mistake. Okay, let's just attack the queen again, try and put it under some pressure. They're moving their knight. That's actually good for us that they've moved their knight, because I think that this square was protected by the knight previously. If we found some way to trap the queen, that would be interesting. We've got to be careful of our time. We're going to play the game to the end, even though we're significant material down. Is there anything we can do to win back some material? That's the plan. Where are they going to realistically go? If they go here, well, we can't go there. If they go here, we'll just attack them again here. Push. I'm going to move my queen here. I'm going to be looking at this line here because this rook is pinned. They'll probably move the knight, which they do. And now this is in trouble. So this is going to fall. I can actually attack the queen here. Let's attack the queen because our rook is held by the queen here. Just hoping for our opponent's just going to make some sort of mistake. Move the queen here. It's kind of well defended, isn't it? What can we do? What can we do? I think maybe move here's okay. Oh, they've got so many attackers on this. That's the only problem. One, and I take, and then they take. Yeah, I kind of have to take. So they're forcing the issue here, and then they can put me into check. Just step up. My king's very exposed. Oh, they could just come after my pawns. If we move our rook over, then we've got, quite a powerful check. It's one of the few things we've got left. So I think we have to step the king up. I had no choice to exchange queens there. So I'll probably just go after my pawns now. Let's just make sure we can defend. So check, block, take. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult for us now. Just shows you in chess, you just make one mistake. So they're going after our pawns. Push, take. I think we have to do this. We shouldn't be exchanging material, but it's just a chance at holding on to our pawns because our pawns would be falling. And we do step into the position, so the rook. So if they take, we take. Okay. We can still do that. We basically need to try to stop the rook from invading our position. Maybe we could have moved the king up there and held on to our rook. They would just get in behind our pawns that way. So we've got to try to stop their rook from infiltrating because they can't bring it down here. But yeah, they're just going to swing over here. Yeah, there's not too much we can do now. Push, take. Yeah, we're going to lose this pawn no matter what now. We can't do too much about it because this file was protected by the rook. Maybe, some lessons to learn from this game. We maybe should have just focused our attention on trying to attack down this side. Step, okay, so step here, take, step there, go there. The rook is going to basically sweep up everything. I don't think there's much we can do. They'll probably just go in behind there. I think, we can resign at this stage because our opponent has just got too much initiative. So we'll say good game to our opponent. And let's have a look at the game review. I'll put it onto the analysis screen. We played an 82.3. Our opponent played an 80, almost 89. So very good. And we played a 1650 rated game. Our opponent played a 1950. I mean, coming up against that in a 1200 rated player is tough. And we just made the one blunder. And I think we know where that was. If we just skip to it, it was bringing our queen there, and we should have just brought our rook over. So that was our mistake. We were starting to run low on time. Start the review. So this is all fairly standard. So that was good doing that. Okay, so this was a mistake. We should have just pushed this pawn, which is a common idea in the Caro-Kann. That's best. Yeah, that was kind of idea. And then they took with the. It was better for them to take with the rook, which we thought. We castled, which was best. So it all actually. So this was a good time to do that. So there's no problem doing that. This is an excellent move. That was an inaccuracy. Okay, we should have stayed with some material or protection and attack on this particular file. So the triple stack wasn't the idea. Pushing the pawn was. We shouldn't have pushed the pawn here. as an unnecessary risk, but it was saying to push there, which is interesting. Queen comes in, we attack it. That was an inaccuracy. This was the best move. That was good, good, excellent. Okay, that was an inaccuracy. We should have just brought the queen back. Let's just see why, because so this was better, but then why couldn't our opponent could just take the, what if they took here? That would be a blunder. Why would that be a blunder? Oh, because we could have attacked the queen. That's very interesting. I didn't see that. And that was our blunder. The right thing to do would have been to play rook to e8. And we could have ended up with something like that, and it would still be an even. We were under 4 minutes there, so that let our opponent take the rook, and we were in deep trouble then. Very difficult to win. Playing some... That was the best move. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't too much I could have done. At that point, we played, once we were a rook down, we were playing decent enough moves. So there you have it. In chess, one mistake, one blunder, and you're going to be up against it. But fair play to my opponent. They played an almost 2000 rated game, almost 90% accuracy. So that's impressive in the 1200s. So hats off to Ahmad on that win for him, and onwards. Hopefully we will be back to winning ways in the next game. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment if you want to join the conversation. And I will see you on the next video. Cheers. Bye.